Alright, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. And yeah, gonna go back to some of the old school stuff that I used to do whenever I started doing the videos, when I started doing the trout fishing. And it's back to sort of soft plastics. I've sort of came away from that this last sort of season or two, and I've been fishing sort of bigger, harder baits, wobblers, that sort of thing, and just to sort of target bigger trout. Doesn't necessarily mean you always get the bigger ones. That's the way it has worked for me. But one of my favorite ways to get them is on soft plastics. Probably the most world famous trout bait. Certainly going by what I know anyway, with fishing in the world championships and things like that. And it's them bad boys there. It is the honeyworms, as they're effectively known as. These ones are probably the best ones. They're from Berkeley, power bait honeyworms. This tub's nearly empty, but I've got a full tub with me. They're awesome. They're really good, especially the garlic scented ones. The trout tend to, once they grab onto them, they don't let go. It can be really good fun. You fish them on a sort of light tungsten jig head. You know, cast them up the river, let them bounce down. They're really natural looking, and they do catch a lot of trout, and that's what we're going to do. So as I said, gonna grab the stuff, hit the river, give these a blast. As I said, tungsten jig heads, cast them about and see if we can get a few. We're not, hopefully we're going to get a few. We're not targeting big fish, but we're trying to get a few anyway. So stick around, stay tuned. Okay, so there you go. It's the tungsten jig heads we use, barbless hooks, and give you a better look at the honeyworms. So I've been using these for a good few seasons now, and they're unbelievable. There's nothing else comes close. So the way I like to fish them, I'll give you a bit of an idea, put them away, is to break two off. This is called a double honeyworm, and you literally slide it down the shank. And that's the way I like to fish them, and the movement of them is awesome. As I said, they're a lot more natural. Drift them down the river, and yeah, that's it. Let's go. Okay, so look at the amount the grass and stuff is all came up from the last time we were here. So the water's really low, actually, really low. So on at the minute I have a 1 gram tungsten weight. I think it might be too heavy, but we'll see. There's a bit of a flow there, so that might help us. And there's fish straight away, first cast. Oh! So there we go, that was the fish, first cast. Bit of a slippery one. So it just goes to show you how good these baits can be. I don't like catching a fish on the first cast. I never always do bad after I catch on the first cast. I always then struggle the rest of the session. So as I said, the way to fish these is cast across the float, keep your rod tip up, and just let the current then start to ticket. You want to try and keep it as natural looking as possible. There's another fish, slightly better one. Ooh. So that came down natural in the flow, trout sitting there waiting on it, and it came off. So no net with me as usual. Barbless hooks to shake it off. But that is it, and that's the simplest way to fish them, the most effective, and they are probably the best baits in the world, in my humble opinion. That was a nice fish too. Yeah, quick session. I just leave the rod and the bits and pieces in the car. I don't bring the net with me. I really should. I don't plan to keep any of the fish. I use barbless hooks. If they come off, they come off. It is what it is. See if there's anything up in behind that rock. Can't believe how low the water is. It's been a long time since I've seen it this low. It's far too low there. Only a couple of inches deep. Try up and behind these rocks, a couple of casts, and then I'll move. Somebody asked me on a video recently about where to cast in a river, perfect places that you should be casting for trout. That's your prime example. So you've got a big rock in the middle of the river that's splitting the current either side, and gradually over time then what happens is it starts to create a bit of a deeper run behind the rock, and it stays a lot calmer obviously because it's out of the flow, and you'll get fish hiding in it just like that. So they will hide in that calm bit, waiting on something coming down the flow so they can get a grip of it, and that is as simple as that. And that is an absolutely stunning fish. There you go. Barbless hooks, really nice and easy. And that is a cracker. Really, really stunning. Loads of spots. Thank you for playing and for proving my point of where you live. Okay, let's move on. I'm not going to hang about here too long. On to the next spot. Right under the tree. Loads, and the place is absolutely filled with fish here. Can't get a bite in here at all. All hitting flies on the surface, no interest in this. Oh, that was a good fish. Oh, that was a good one there. Okay, this is probably going to be the last spot because I said it was only an hour, running out of time. But there's a bit of a deep section here in front of this bridge. If we're lucky, we might get another one. I had to say I would love a bit more tinge in the water, but it's just gin clear at the minute. Oh, that was a knock. Again, they're just grabbing at it, but they're not taking it properly. But all the bites are coming in the fast water. Right, so I had a bit of an accident there with this branch stuck to the back of the bridge. So what I've done is I've tied on a different jig head, because obviously we lost that one, but it's a lighter one. So this is a 0.7 in weight, 0.7 gram, and it's a smaller hook as well than the last one we were using, just to see if it makes a difference. It's also white, the last one was orange. Sometimes all the small differences can make all the difference. But in regard to the actual jig heads themselves, so I always have a range with me, all different shapes and sizes and colours and weights. You know, from like 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 0.12, so on and so on and so on. Obviously change the size of your hooks depending on the bait you're using, the fish you're targeting. So it always pays to have a range of jig heads with you. It is unfortunately one of those methods where you need to be prepared to lose a lot of them. Such is the way of it, usually with trout fishing in the rivers. Just the way it is. Definitely would have thought I would have hit one at least in here. One wee nibble, that's it. Couple more casts and then that'll do it. Hit the road. Ah yeah, hit again. Just take bait, fishy. Don't know if that was a fish or a snag, but I lost it, whatever it was. Yep. I knew there was one in there. He hit that twice. Oh dear. Another cracker. Go, nice and easy. Load the red spots. Lovely. And what a way to finish. Stunning fish. Thank you for playing. Under the bridge, way like a bullet. So there you go. There you have it. Possibly the best soft bait plastic lure for trout. It's the Berkeley's Honey worm. It's my favourite. Go and give them a go.